here is the Combiner Wars Platinum Edition Liokaiser, a remold of several figures in order to kind of make Liokaiser, I guess. You've got Ironbison, the renamed Kill Bison, Guyhawk, Drillhorn and Fellbat instead of Hellbat, Ion Scythe, the Micron that I believe came with Armada Starscream, not Armada, Rid Starscream, Robots in Disguise Starscream's Voyager Arms Micron version. He's a little bird guy. And then Deathsaurus in more of a Liokaiser, not Liokaiser, a Leozak color scheme. He's with some black. He looks like he must be some sort of fusion of Leozak and Jaguar. But whatever. Those are the 6. They all come with, well, not they all come with, but you get 2 each of these gray pieces that will be feet, and 2 each of these black pieces, which will be hands. We've been down the Combiner Wars road enough that I'm not gonna super dwell on all this stuff because, again, the transformations are the same. There's a couple of remolded parts, so we'll get right to it. It comes in a box with the art. Inside the box is a little bio card and a poster, just like all the other Combiner Wars sets have included. It says Entertainment Earth exclusive. This one came from Deathsaurus. A lot of stores are carrying it, but it is apparently an Entertainment Earth import exclusive. So yeah. So on to the figures. Here's Ion Scythe. Here he is in his bird mode, and he kind of folds up to form like a scythe claw weapon. So yeah, we'll set him off to the side for the time being. Drillhorn here, it's silly because he comes with the remolded drill piece, and all the pictures of him, here it's just kind of wedged in there, because that's what the instructions say to do. All the pictures of him make it appear as if this is not even there, and this just kind of very neatly wedges in here like this, and that is not the case at all. If you want, you can attach it back here like the nose cone version. Plug it in back that. You can have him be the backwards facing drill tank. Up to you. But yeah, all the pictures on the box have been photoshopped to make it look like this is a very different weapon than it actually is. Oh well. And he transforms. There's nothing super exciting here. And I wouldn't say I will notice all of these molds feel like they're suffering from mold fatigue. Like they're all just not quite there. There's some looseness, some floppiness. The new head sculpts are very nice. I like the new head sculpts on all these guys. But there's just something stability-wise is just missing. His waist seems to hold a little better than the original Brawl. And he's got a little flip-out horn there on his head. And there you go. He can hold, again, the picture makes it look like he's holding this the other way because it thinks it's a different weapon. But there is Drillhorn. Swivel head, ball joint shoulders. I guess the dual swivel shoulders. There's several different swivels in there that give it a huge range of articulation. Ball joint elbows, ball joint hips, thigh swivel, hinge knees, a little bit of an ankle tilt, a little bit of a waist swivel. But there is Drillhorn. Again, I do love these new head sculpts. The new head sculpts are nice. Little flip out horn. Ironbison. Again, he is just straight up the Brawl mode. He has the correct gun weapon versus the drill weapon that Drillhorn has. Let's pop that off to be his gun. But again, outside of that, transforms exactly the same way. Bring the legs down. Pull the arms out. Bring the whole waist piece down and around. Snap it into place. Get that tabbed in there. Arms down. Arms down. onto the back, flip up his head. There's his new head sculpt. And because, again, bison, he's got horns. Give me a second. He also has some little flip out horns here on his head. And again, he's golden. He's cool. The figures themselves are the same base figures that we've had. And like I said, a lot of the joints are getting loose. They feel a lot more wobblier, or a lot wobblier than they did originally. And they were never solid to begin with. But I do really like the head sculpts. I'm going to say that for every figure. I will stop it. But yeah, nice new head sculpt on Ironbison. Guyhawk. Take his gun off. The wing, the tail fins came warped like that in the package, which makes me a little sad. I've tried heating them up and bending them back, and that works for a little while, then they all still droop like that. So I may have to effect more permanent attempts at straightening those. But yeah, they came warped in the box. Well, he's a jet. Pink jet. Yay. And pull these down. Collapse back up. Split the legs. Fold up the fins there. Arms out. Fold the wings up. You can fold them back if you want. Leave them out to the side. This piece comes down onto his back like that. Turn his head around. New head sculpt. Same ball joint, rotation, hinge, ball joint, waist swivel, ball joint, swivel, knee, no ankle tilt. Guyhawk. Fellbat. Same issue with his tail fins, warped in package. Haven't gotten them successfully to stay, but I haven't put a whole lot of time and effort into it. I could probably get it to work, but they did come warped in the package. Flip his wings up, his tail fins up. Same leg transformation as Guyhawk. Close those up. Rotate this whole assembly up onto the shoulder, like that. Bring his arms out and up. This piece comes down onto his back, like that. Turn his head around, flip out his fins, new head sculpt. And there's Fellbat. Again, ball joint, hinge there in the shoulder, swivel, 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 ball joint, swivel, hinge, no foot articulation. There's Fellbat. Nice head sculpt. And then Space Bird, Evil Space Bird. He does have a resculpted Angry Bird face here in shuttle mode. But otherwise exactly the same. Pull these off. Flip out his wings. Okay, you can flip those forward if you want, but flip out his wings, pull out his tail, bring his feet down. His loose feet down. Pop this open, flip out his front feet. Close it back up. Bring his feet down and around. Pop off his chest piece because that happens. Again, his tail extended up more than that. Should extend up more than that. Doesn't it? Oh well, whatever. His tail down. Extend his head up, his neck, open his mouth. You can see the neck joint also very floppy, does not want to stay up. So he just kind of hangs his head in shame for his namesake, I guess. Could have sworn that came up and out more for this mode, but not getting it. And you can attach these to the tail if you wish. Maybe it's just that these attached, and that's what I'm thinking of. what I'm thinking of. But there he is, space bird thingy. No robot mode, unfortunately, for Deathsaurus, Liokaiser, Jaguar, whatever you want to call him. So yeah. Does not fix his floppy neck. Some floor polish would probably fix that up. But, yeah. Space bird Saurus thing. Anyway, on a combine mode. So I'll bring this up around, pop these off. This rotates around, bring the tail up. These around. Around like that. And around like that. Take this down. This, fold that down flat. Doesn't really lock in. Again, it'll sit there if you just kind of leave it, but it doesn't really peg in very well. I turn his head around. You can see it has a resculpted combiner mode head, which it vaguely resembles Liokaiser. Just kind of fold this up. There's lots of things you can do with this. I generally just fold this up onto his back, but it's entirely up to you how you want to store that. Oh, there we go. Had that folded around the wrong way. Bring those up. Bring the legs down. And then flip these back. And then flip this back and around. All right, torso. Good fingo. Everybody else turns into their standard limb configuration. Turn him mostly back into a tank here. Flip up his whole horn. I love his horn. Anyway, fold it up. Fold up. Bag it up real slow. Pull this in. Take this around. Collapse his legs. Go collapse. Hold it up. I'm missing something here. There we go. I'll snap back together, fold this down. Again, kind of wedge this in here if you want the knee facing up. Slap a foot on it, flip out the combiner port. The instructions also show the guns pegged in to the leg. So we'll do that, just like that. Ironbison, same thing. Flip in his horns on that cool head sculpt. Put this up, rotate him around, fold his arms up, fold those up, collapse the legs. Collapse. There we go. And then close it up. Put in the turret. Slap on the gun. Slap on the other foot. And flip up the combiner port. Just like that. Turn his head around. Flip out the combiner port. The wings out. Bring the arms back, tab them on. Again, I'm doing this the way the pictures and stuff show it, so in this case we will plug this in. Actually, I'm going to plug it into the back of his arm, just because I feel like it looks better back there. Rotate this around. So he's got his arm there, plug in his hand, open up his fingers there, and the instructions show him with one gun on the top, one gun on the bottom, which works. And same over here, we're going to go ahead and snap these legs together, flip in his fins, turn his head around, flip it on down, wings back, we'll go ahead and bring those down to here, fold the arms back, this, and tab them on to the wing there. Bring it around, plug in his hand, and we'll put iron scythe in his hand. Ion scythe, not iron scythe. So he's got that little weapon. Just like we did over here, we'll plug this onto the back of the arm. And then we're going to assemble them all together. So snap in a leg, snap in another leg, stand him up, bring it on up. Put this, oh, this should flip down, this should flip down. Plug in one arm, plug in the other arm, and there is Liokaiser combined. And he works, I guess. He's got the right colors. 2 jets, 2 tanks. A weird mix-up in the middle. Odd-looking head, but you know, hey, they did what they could. I like the sculpt of the head for the combiner mode. I don't know how I would like to see it more of that actual Liokaiser teal instead of black, but oh, I guess that does kind of fit with the idea of if Liokaiser and Jaguar merged to form Deathsaurus. There you go. Standard combiner size, standard combiner articulation for Combiner Wars. His head turns, he's got some ratcheting there. So yeah, it's kind of a neat little figure if you can't get Liokaiser any other way. I know Mastermind's making one. TFC did one that I was not super impressed with. It's not bad. The individual figures are okay, but the combined mode was a little... But we'll see what Mech Ideas does. Okay, you were just standing. But yeah, and just if you want to do a little bit of a victory theme, here he is with the Fans Project Dino King. If I can get him to stand straight again. Come on. That's not it. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. If you want an idea of how big Dino King was, there he is next to a Combiner Wars figure. Roughly Combiner Wars height. Certainly at the same mass and weight, although a little shorter, even with his legs spread wide like that. Let's see if I can get him in a slightly better standing pose. There we go. There you go, there's a better look at the two of them together. So yeah, there it is. The Platinum Edition Combiner Wars of Liokaiser.